Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are doing part 2 now of Temperate Greenhouse Tour in Justin's greenhouse. If you missed part 1, make sure you check that out first. And we're just basically continuing just where we left off. So we just seen a whole bunch of amazing Sarracenias and sundews. And now we're just sort of looking at he calls them seedlings, but they look like full-grown plants to me. So why don't we jump right back into this and check out some of these seedlings. So what do you have like right here in the front?
So a couple cool ones right here. I keep them a little closer to the front so that I can keep an eye on them. I have all three of the CITES 1 species. These are all with location data as well. And so the first one we'll see here, they're just finished flowering. These are Alaba Menses. And Alaba Menses is definitely a fall species. It has the biggest, most showy pictures in the fall and doesn't have as leggy pictures. But these will put on a really, really nice fall show this year. This whole row is all Alaba Menses.
Okay.
And at the end of the row here, these guys, see, these are little seedlings. This guy right here is a hopeful for me. This is Sarracenia Oreo. Once again, CITES 1, very endangered. And one that I don't have in my collection yet is variety Ornata, which has all the veining on the outside.
Right.
And this one you can see on the fresh pictures, it's actually looking pretty promising. It could turn out to be a nice vein clone.
Right, definitely.
And just beside it is the last of the CITES 1 species, which is Sarracenia Rubra, subspecies Jonesii, or just Jonesii if you prefer.
That one's definitely amazing too. I love the shape of the lip on there to form the sort of picture shape.
I love it. And it might be hard to see in the video too, but it's covered in nectar. They're almost sticky because they have so much nectar on them right now. But beautiful veining pattern on them.
You can definitely see it a little bit for sure. What else do we have back here?
We have another cool one back here. I've been keeping an eye on this seedling as well. This is a seedling of Sarracenia minor variety Okefenokee Ansys, and it's from Ware County, Georgia. And what I'm really liking about this is the fenestrations, which are these little windows on here, are actually raised and bumpy.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
What's cool about this is, if you didn't already know, is it traps its prey by confusing them where the light is. So I don't know if we'll be able to see, but you can actually see into the picture here.
Yep.
And there's
keep it right there for a sec.
There's a little bit of a window that you can see. So the insects are attracted to the nectar on the lip, and then they see the bright windows at the back, and they think it's a way out, and they fly in and get trapped inside those pictures.
Oh, interesting. That's definitely a gorgeous plant.
It's turning out quite nice.
Yes, it is.
And of course, you can see in a larger scale, we have all the different leucophyllus. I have 3 different counties in here. There's Baldwin County, which is one of the classic populations. There's Escambia County, and there's also Convington County, which are actually right next to each other.
Okay.
And then and then in between all the populations of the leucophyllus, there's different Sarracenia Rubra subspecies Wearii in there. Some of them are turning out nice, but this fall should be the telltale time which ones are going to be the keepers. But right in the dead center here, I'm quite happy about these little guys. This one right here is Sarracenia Alotta, and this is viridescens, or it's the antho-free variety of Alotta.
Okay.
I like to make antho-free hybrids, so this will be going into the breeding stock next year.
Now, for people who don't know, what do the non-antho-free ones look like? Do you have one here?
Yeah, the non-antho-free we saw at the beginning of the video
just
in
to
part
compare.
1. And
right here. There's this guy right here, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there we go.
So you can see, and this is actually, that's Alotta variety Alotta.
Yeah.
We have ones that in the fall will be dark purple, the Negro purpureas. So they get quite dark. There's actually other Alottas in this population as well. You can see here's another Alotta from Jackson County. It's got a couple veins into it, but once again, it'll be more colorful in the fall.
Right.
You can actually see all the glistening nectar on there as well.
Yeah.
But there's a couple keepers, a couple perps in there as well.
So why don't we cross over and have a look at your flava population here. And now flavas are always really impressive.
That's why we save them for last.
Yes, exactly. Look at all these massive pictures. Now, we might as well just start at the beginning of this sort of flava patch. I see some bright colored ones back there.
This is a great one right here. This is one of Mike King's famous red tube Rubio perculatas. What I love about this is some of the red flavas, they have really, really nice pictures, and the tops look really nice, but then they fade to an olive green at the bottom. What you can see with this one, if you zoom out all the way, is that it is dark red, almost approaching a purpley tone to
Yeah.
it, all the way to the base of the plant.
That's amazing.
It's a really, really nice one.
Definitely is.
Just behind it right here, while we're reaching, we have two different clarets. You can see the first one's back there.
Yep.
That's claret, and that's clone A from Mike King as well. And right here, we'll move these out of the way. This is the true claret 25C from Mike King, F25C.
Amazing plant.
And it is just great. And you can see it's got a nice huge seed pod from this year from doing some different hybrids.
Cool.
There's also a couple more I'll point out here. You know, this is more just eye candy. You don't even need explanation of how awesome they are.
This one's just beautiful here too.
That was actually the one that I was going to talk about. This one is a Flava Ornata, and I'm drawing a blank on the county. I always want to say it's from Prince George County, but we call it the Regal Alotta, or the Regal Ornata, because it's just, the pictures are just so unique compared to some of the other ornatas.
Yeah.
Compared to over here, we have one of the Bay County ornatas. We can see they've got much more suffused red into them.
Yeah, that one is huge. That must be the biggest one in here.
That's the biggest one right now, and it's only standing at about 32 inches, which is sort of short. I repotted the entire greenhouse this year, so everything's a little bit smaller.
You'll have to move the camera to this guy. He's just too big to move to the camera.
And while we're pointing back there, we'll point out this one right here. This is a pretty good one. This is a Rugelii.
Yeah, look at the lid on that.
Big lid onto there. Not as big as some of the guys that can get it down in California, but not bad for some Canadian homegrown ones.
Exactly. And the season's just getting started.
Yep.
Now, Flavas, when do they produce their best pictures?
They produce their best pictures in the spring.
They're looking pretty good now, aren't
These
they?
are the ones that they pop out with a fury in the spring. They produce a couple nice summer ones, but the fall is typically for Phyllodia and more spindly pictures.
Okay.
That's when you start looking towards the Leucophillas and the Alatas.
Right. Amazing. So we do have many more plants here, but we just simply don't have the time to cover them. But we'll give you another just quick pan of everything that we unfortunately have to miss.
We can do that next time for the fall tour.
Exactly. We can hit these again next time. So there we go. A few other questions, I guess, before we go. Now you have these all in trays. They're in tables. Let's just go back to, we'll call this the first table here. So you're using pond liner.
Yep, this is just a butyl rubber.
Yep.
I find that this stuff's very nice because it's very durable, very hardy. You can take these and you can take the whole thing out, wash it down, put it back in. You're not going to be putting holes into it.
And you just have, there's about an inch of water in the bottom of these.
What I really like
Maybe a bit more?
Yeah, this I'll go from about 1.5 inches of water down to, I like to dry the tray out just for 1 day so that it kills all the mosquito larvae.
Fair enough. Good. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed these 2 videos. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and hopefully we'll be back again maybe in the fall. See what that looks like then. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for having us, Justin.
You're very welcome.
Really appreciate the tour. I think everybody's probably learned a ton today. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.